What's up, guys? It's Brittany, and welcome to another episode of Randomness. Today, we're going to talk about ways to practice self-love and boost your confidence. While self-love proponents suggest taking bubble baths and getting massages, loving yourself goes much deeper than splurging once in a while on pleasures like these. Self-love is having regard for your own well-being and contentment. And this can look different for everyone, so it's important to base this on what makes you feel appreciated and respected. Self-love comes from actions that support physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Some critics think self-love is a modern concept and is merely self-indulgence. They view self-love as excessively focusing on oneself, and they've even gone as far to compare it to narcissism. No, self-love is not about having a humongous big sense of self or being puffed up with self-importance. It means taking care of your needs and recognizing that you have value. While it might be considerate to practice self-love here and there, it's important to make it a daily practice in which you check in with yourself and treat yourself the way you treat loved ones. So let's talk about how to incorporate self-love into your lifestyle. Your physical and mental health are directly correlated, and how you feel physically can influence how you feel mentally and emotionally. When you begin loving and caring for your body, you're directly and positively influencing your mental health too. Eating and sleeping well are important in maintaining well-being and warding off illness. That means choosing healthy foods and getting adequate sleep every night. Exercising regularly has a positive impact on your overall health, as exercise decreases cortisol, the stress hormone in your body. Remember to give yourself time to take care of and value yourself. When you acknowledge your mistakes and accept your imperfections with kindness and without judgment, you exhibit self-compassion. Now, there are 3 widely accepted definitions of self-compassion. So these are the 3 components. 1 is self-kindness, feeling kindness toward ourselves rather than judgment, criticism, or shame. 2, common humanity, recognizing we are part of a common humanity, as everyone makes mistakes, rather than viewing ourselves as isolated beings unworthy of love and belonging. 3 is mindfulness, viewing mistakes mindfully by having a perspective and not over-identifying with our failings. We need to avoid self-comparison when we're jealous of our friend's promotion or we feel we're lacking because we gained 10 pounds while our neighbor is in great shape. It's hard not to feel down. Social comparisons can cause stress. Comparison and competition may motivate you in ways that are helpful and not harmful. More often than not, they diminish us by causing stress, anxiety, guilt, and shame. You need to set boundaries to protect your peace. So drawing the line helps with stress management. Sometimes you have to say no at work or to your family to preserve your energy. One-sided relationships have unequal distribution of energy, control, and thoughtfulness. Recognize your needs and carve out time to be thoughtful about yourself by setting boundaries. Forgive yourself. Cultivate ways to stop self-loathing in any form. Forgive yourself for past mistakes and find ways to heal, to incorporate self-love in your daily life. Don't ruminate over mistakes and regrets. Rather than blame yourself for things that were probably out of your control anyway, turn to self-forgiveness. And a recent study finds that greater forgiveness is linked to less stress and a decrease in mental health issues. Support yourself with supportive, loving people. Having social support is vital. Reach out to family members, or if those relationships are strained or they're not in the picture, invest in relationships with your friends and community. Allow yourself to receive care and support from them too. Let go of toxic, draining, and one-way friendships. The goal is to fortify yourself with healthy interactions and people who believe in you, champion you, and support you in becoming more of who you are and want to be, not less. If you think you're in love, but you're not sure, remember that healthy relationships involve intimacy and deep emotional connection. Invest your time, energy, and care into platonic and romantic relationships that support, energize, and restore you. Choose a new perspective. Positive thinking doesn't mean you're choosing to ignore your problems. It means choosing to have a positive outlook as an approach to life that includes gratitude and many possibilities. Maybe it's time to seek support to process your anger and release resentment or grudges. For example, holding on to and fixating on anger and hatred towards others can be damaging to our mental and emotional well-being. It can be an act of self-love and care to address the root cause of this issue. Say kind things to yourself. Positive affirmations can boost your self-esteem and reduce your social fears. Remind yourself that you're a kind person doing your best. Changing your perspective and focusing on things that you are grateful for and appreciative of can be immensely uplifting and is another way to practice self-love. Your first relationship is with yourself, and it's the foundation of relationships with others. Loving yourself enables you to live in alignment with your values and to make healthy choices in your everyday decisions. Confidence, self-respect, self-worth, and self-love are all interconnected. And as we deepen our love for ourselves, we can deepen the love we share with others. Okay, so let's take a second and talk about the power of positive thinking. Do you tend to see the glass as half empty or half full? You have probably heard that question plenty of times. Your answer relates directly to the concept of positive thinking and whether you have a positive or negative outlook on life. How you see your life can have a significant impact on both your mental and physical health. Positive thinking means approaching life's challenges with a positive outlook. It doesn't mean seeing the world through rose-colored lenses by ignoring or glossing over life's negative aspects. Instead, positive thinking means making the most of potential obstacles, trying to see the best in other people, and viewing yourself and your abilities in a positive light. While the terms positive thinking and positive psychology are sometimes used interchangeably, it's important to understand that they are not the same thing. Positive thinking is about seeing things from a positive perspective and maintaining a positive, optimistic attitude. Positive psychology is a branch of psychology that studies the effects of optimism, what causes it, and when it is best utilized. Some of the health benefits associated with positive thinking include better stress management and coping skills, greater resistance to the common cold, increased physical well-being, longer lifespan, lower rates of depression, reduced risk of cardiovascular disease-related death. Clearly, there are many benefits of positive thinking, but why exactly does positive thinking have such a strong impact on physical and mental health? Now, one theory is that people who think positively tend to be less affected by stress. Research suggests that having more positive automatic thoughts helps people become more resilient in the face of life's stressful events. Another possibility is that people who think positively tend to live healthier lives in general because they may exercise more, follow a more nutritious diet, and just avoid unhealthy behaviors. While you might be more prone to negative thinking, there are strategies that you can use to become a more positive thinker. Notice your thoughts. Start paying attention to the type of thoughts you have each day. If you notice that many of them are negative, make a conscious effort to reframe how you're thinking in a more positive way. Write in a gratitude journal. Experiencing grateful thoughts helps people feel more optimistic. Use positive self-talk. Studies have shown that shifting to more positive self-talk can have a positive impact on your emotions and how you respond to stress. And while there are many benefits to thinking positively, there are actually times when more realistic thinking is advantageous. For example, in some situations, negative thinking can actually lead to more accurate decisions and outcomes. In some cases, inappropriately applied positive thinking can cross the line into what is known as toxic positivity. And this involves insisting on maintaining a positive mindset, no matter how upsetting or damaging a situation might be. This type of excessive positivity can impede authentic communication and cause people to experience feelings of shame or guilt if they struggle to maintain such an overly positive outlook. Even if you're not a natural-born optimist, there are things that you can do to learn how to think more positively and become a positive thinker. So one of the first steps is to focus on your inner monologue and to pay attention to your self-talk. Changing your attributional and explanatory style doesn't happen overnight, but with time and practice, you can develop a more positive outlook on yourself and on life. So just a quick recap, positive thinking is important because it can have a beneficial impact on both physical and mental well-being. People who maintain a more positive outlook on life cope better with stress, have better immunity, and have a lower risk of premature death. Positive thinking also helps promote greater feelings of happiness and overall satisfaction with life. So good luck, guys, on your journey to positivity, positive thinking, and self-love. All right, y'all, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Please make sure to hit that follow button and share randomness with a friend, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.